Every time I start any sketch, it is always a thought in my head, and I always end up creating the most mesmerizing picture I have ever thought of. So, in today's episode of Art of Turning Thoughts into Power, it's something which is relatable to all of us because we all have a lot of idea, a lot of innovations, a lot of things to do, but at the same time we are feeling overwhelmed, and also we thought the time is less and we are running out, and there's so many people achieving so many things and what we are actually doing in our life. But at the same time, we all have been doing incredible. We just have started setting bars so high. Every time we achieve something, we put on something, and it looks like it is not achievable for us. So, welcome to our podcast. And today is episode 31st of our, I think this is 32nd. So, yeah, this is 32nd. So, let's get started. And welcome back. I'm your host, Rana. And today we are diving into something that can change the course of your life. What if I told you that every thought you carry has the potential to shape your reality? Yep, that's right. Every idea, every vision, every dream in your mind has the power to become something real. But here is the catch: you need to learn the art of turning those thoughts into action. And trust me, it's not as hard as it sounds. Just like this canvas, we started with a blank white color, and then we add as much as color as I want, because today I want that pop of color, pop of vibrance, and I also want this turn into something incredible. So, in today's episode, we will explore how to do just that, how to take those amazing thoughts you're having right now and turn them into something unstoppable energy. So, let's get started. So let's start with the basic. The action starts with thought, right? Think about it. Everything around you, every piece of art you have created, every decision you have made, it all started as an idea in your head. That's the first truth. Thoughts shape your reality. Your brain is constantly processing ideas and scenarios. But here is the kicker: your brain does not know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So when you start visualizing your success, your brain starts treating it like it's already happening. That's how powerful your thoughts are. Something I always make sure to do is affirmation and positive talks, not the negativity, because that's something lowers your brain and it actually makes sure that you don't do what you actually have to do. And also, the catch is thoughts alone won't get you anywhere. You need to harness their power to drive action. And that's what we are going to explore today. Now, let's talk science for a second. Don't worry, I won't lose you here. Have you heard of the reticular activating system? RAS. It's a tiny but mighty part of your brain that decides what information gets through to your conscious mind. Basically, it filters out irrelevant stuff and focuses on what you believe is important. So, when you focus your thoughts on something, say a goal or a dream, the RAS starts searching for ways to make that happen. Suddenly, you will find yourself noticing opportunities you hadn't seen before. It's not magic, it's how your brain works. Something incredible I always tell myself is this Chris Williamson iconic line: the magic you're looking in is in the work you're avoiding for. I always make sure that at least one thing I learn in a one single day, even learning as simple as an Excel formula, makes me so much happier, because the next day when I'm pulling all this data and I'm just going to be assured that this formula would help me millions of times, because over a period of time, if you have learned, you're going to utilize it to your fullest. So, RAS is like a GPS that gets activated the moment you focus on your goals. Visualize success, and your mind will start to find the path to make it happen. You have to start visualizing yourself in what you want to be. You might have heard this favorite quote around the Instagram or shorts or wherever it is. You have to treat yourself like a king so that people start treating you like a king, right? So you have to start visualizing of achieving that success, and eventually your brain will start helping and you will start putting yourself into that goal. Also, goal has to be achievable. Okay, just make sure next 3 months I'm gonna learn this certification. In the next 3 months, I'm gonna do something which I'm doing here in a better way. So make it accessible, make it attainable. In that way, you will constantly work towards something which you are putting for such a long time, and eventually you will be able to get it through. All right, now that we have got the science behind it, let's dive into the practical strategies you can use to start turning those thoughts into real power. Here are 5 powerful strategies to begin today. Number 1, visualization. See it to believe it. So, what is visualization? Any form of picture, anything which you are able to look and then you feel like you have seen it. So, for example, you have to clear an exam. It may be boring. Let's take many more examples. You have a car of your dream, you set it as a wallpaper, but do you actually really work towards getting that car, whatever is in your wallpaper? I think you should put something which you will really work for, something which is close to your heart. For example, traveling to your favorite place around the globe. For example, Switzerland or Turkey, if it is in your list, you can put it in your wallpaper and you can actually work towards it to visiting that place. So let's talk about strategy number 1, that is visualization. Close your eyes for a moment, picture your future success. See yourself living your dream, whether it is completing a project, standing on a stage, or achieving a personal milestone. Make it vivid. Hear the sounds, feel the emotion, see the colors. The more you visualize this, the more your brain starts to believe that it's possible. Try doing this every day for just 5 minutes. It's like showing your brain a sneak peek of what's to come, preparing your brain to see the future successful version of yours. I mean, think about athletes. Many of them visualize winning long before they step onto the field. They see the win, feel the adrenaline, and their bodies follow that vision. That's how simple visualization. So, what we are going to do every day, you're closing our eyes. Like I said, if you have some place where you want to visit, close yourself, pull yourself into that land, into that place, and start listening to those wind. Start listening to that bird chimes and start smelling those incredible delicious food, or start smelling the beautiful flowers around you, and you will actually feel happier than ever before, and also that will lead you to work into converting your thoughts into action, and deliverably you'll be able to achieve what you're visualizing. The most spoken about strategies, affirmations. Rewire your inner dialogue. Strategy number 2 is affirmation. You might have heard this everywhere, whether it may be reels or shorts or YouTube videos where people are talking about how affirmations have changed, how manifestation happens, right? Your inner dialogue can either propel you forward or keep you stuck. That is negative talk versus positive talks. Instead of saying I can't do this, start saying I am capable of this. Replace doubt with positive empowering statements. I am worthy of success. Of course you're worthy of success. Every step I take brings me closer to my goal. The more you repeat this affirmation, the more you rewire your life. It's not fluff, it's really a brain science. So grab a mirror and say your affirmation out loud every morning. Trust me, this will shift your mindset. Something I keep on telling myself, I will be doing this in the next few years, in the next few months, in the next few days. You're making sure your brain listens to what's actually you, not all those negative thoughts. So stop saying negative words, start using positivity around you. Start saying I am successful, I will be successful, I can do this, I can achieve this, I am better than what I am, right? Start saying good thing about you and you will eventually be happier of who you are. Number 3, small steps equal to big change. Strategy number 3 is simple. Break it down. Whatever big goals that is making you overwhelmed, that's we often procrastinate. Like I said, Chris Williams talks about the magic you're looking in is in the work you're avoiding, right? We want to achieve something big, but we often procrastinate because the process to go through this is incredibly difficult. But here is the trick. break those big goals down into small manageable tasks. Instead of saying I need to write a book, starts with today I will write 500 words. You can't write an entire novel of 200 pages overnight. You have to start with 100 words, 500 words. If you have not heard of this, VoicePal, this is a software developed by Ali Abdal where he talk about putting idea into the app, and then it will help you realign with your thoughts and will give you topics to write and the rest. Small wins build momentum and help you overcome that feeling of being stuck. Remember, little steps lead to big breakthroughs. Think about it. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. The same goes for your goal. This is something not incredible. But I will definitely say, how do you want your goal to look? Even if it is something as simple as I want to visit to this country, you can't visit today, but eventually in 6 months, if you have your goal aligned, if you start working towards saving your money for visas, for ticket, for accommodation, for food, you will eventually be able to visit in next 6 months. So put yourself in a breakable circumstance where you will make the bigger goal and convert that into smaller chunkier version. So like a prime example, traveling to some of your favorite country, break it down for accommodation, for flight, for clothing, for shopping, all these things. Then the bigger budget, imagine you have certain x number of amount comes for the travel, you can break into smaller number, and every time you reach to that number one goal, you can strike it off, and then your budget look like just three more to go, and eventually three more will come up, and then the day will arrive when you will visit the country you're looking forward to. So make it manageable, make it accessible more than anything else. Strategy number 4, create a daily habit. It's not enough to just think about your dreams, you need to show up every day. The key to turning thoughts into power is consistency. Very underrated, but makes so much sense when you start doing the same thing millions of times. Start small, maybe it's 10 minutes of writing, sketching, or planning, whatever it is. Make it a part of your routine. Consistency build momentum over time. Those small actions compound, and before you know it, you have turned your thoughts into real progress. If you show up every day, even for just a few minutes, you will be amazed at how quickly your dream start taking shape. For example, you are planning for a certain visit of certain country, you don't know anything about it. By the 10th day, you will actually know half of that country because you have start putting yourself and start showing up in those planning, right? The last strategy is surround yourself with the right energy. Something I keep on saying, please surround yourself with right energy. You deserve that. You know the old saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That is true. Yeah, that's true. Well, it's actually you surround yourself with which can either fuel your dreams or drag you down. Find people who lift you up, who believe in your vision, and who push you to be your best self. Join communities that encourage growth and creativity. Your energy is contagious, so make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right vibe. I always say vibe is not matching for me and I'll walk it off. So if you're in a place where it is not matching, you can definitely walk off saying, not my cup of tea. I will surround myself with the right set of people. You should learn to say no, darling. I can't tell you how much my own growth accelerated when I start connecting with people who inspired me to be better, do better, and dream bigger. It's not about being perfect, it's about taking consistent action towards your dream. And you start applying these strategies today, and you will be amazed at how quickly your thoughts start to manifest into real world result. So, for all my listeners, whatever you're doing today, turn your thoughts into power. I'd love to hear from you. Share your progress on social media or tag me in any post you're doing, and let's the conversation keep going. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to leave a comment and share with someone who really needs to hear this. Every little step helps and it means the world to me. Until next time, remember, you're the artist of your life. Keep creating, keep dreaming, and keep turning those thoughts into power. See you all in the next one. See you. Bye bye.